Here at the Hindu temple in Southall, the news of Mrs. Gandhi's assassination this morning has turned people's everyday prayers into prayers of mourning.
This morning when I heard on the wireless, on the radio, that Mrs. Gandhi, Prime Minister of India, she was shot, there were tears started rolling from my eyes. Not only me, the rest of the members of my family. And a couple of people from my road, even they joined. They started asking all that about this terrible thing happened in India. Just now, when I came to Southall, I saw some people beating the drum and dancing and distributing some sweets. And they were shouting slogans against India and against Mrs. Gandhi.
The people rejoicing in Southall were a different group. They were the more militant members of the Sikh community who saw the assassination as an act of revenge.
If I was in India, I would do the same thing to her, what they did there. I'm very glad, I'm happy, I'm celebrating today. She's dead, and I'm the happiest man in the world.
This jubilation, however, was not shared by the more moderate members of the community who were quick to condemn an act of violence.
It is not the mass of Sikhs or the Sikh politicians who are involved in this killing. It is the isolated act of an individual who must be deeply hurt. I think it is a release of the tension mounting in their minds after the events of June 1984. And after a few days, I think this reaction may become more sober.
So, whilst the festivities continued outside the Gurdwara, those taking a more considered line inside stressed that the murder did not have the backing of Sikhs generally.
But in real sense, Sikhs are not terrorists. They are practicing peace-loving and honored nation.
Do you think that the violence has now come to an end?
The violence come to an end, it depends on the behavior of the government. We haven't done any violation. We are not going to violate anything. We are peace-loving people, and it depends on the behavior of the government. What has happened in the past, it was all the creation of the Indian government's attitude towards the Sikh community.
In Southall, many Hindu businesses remained closed today in mourning for the loss of India's leader. And people, saddened by their great loss, converged on the temple in order to share their sense of bereavement.
We are feeling, we are fighting as a member of family. As the two brothers are quarreling, so I feel, I am realizing in this way. But they are feeling, they are in tension.
I would like to condemn the killing of a prime minister of any democratically elected government. And second of all, I have to say that it's terrible to know that the head of our family, because you know we Indian people believe in family, when the head of a family is died or killed, you feel sorrow, but you don't have the words to express it. It's shockful, and it's a disgraceful act which is done by a few terrorists or extremist, you can say, you know. But the thing is that these things, the which way they think that they try to take the revenges, if the revenges are the main basic motto of the life, then the communities can't flourish, they can't fulfill their dreams, they can only be just revengeful and me take revenge from you, you take revenge from me. So in those terms, I can say that this was very, very disheartened and a big blow to Indian community as a whole and Indian community inside the India.
That report on the real Sikh